friends, but I feel so lost. I didn't know what I signed up for, not alone with all of you. Why do the dice hate me? Why do they curse my rolls? I've done nothing to them to deserve this toll. If I could wish for one thing to end this endless pain, please grant me this one roll to help my friends escape this blow. It's not complicated. My loved ones taken from me alone. In the darkest night I lie screaming, no peace within my soul. I pay this cost, all because that rose. Why do the dice hate me? Why do they curse my rolls? I've done nothing to them to deserve this toll. If I could wish for one thing to end this endless pain, please grant me this one roll to help my friends escape this blow. These new friends, they help me, they give me hope, purpose. I will give my all to save them from the fall. Why do the dice hate me? Why do they curse my rolls? I've done nothing to them to deserve this toll. If I could wish for one thing to end this endless pain, please grant me this one roll to help my friends escape this blow.
Welcome to the dungeon. Here we are. Episode 100. We made it. You guys,
Whoa!
Also
Guys there?
known as the episode where the entire party dies in Parents' Folly.
We find out how strong Sarah's Moore is.
Power word kill level 17.
Fanboy Tone is here. He
You already
is
took him down once.
ready.
I mean, he spent
100.
half
Yeah.
that time in prison.
So let's put this in perspective. So we hit 100, the 100th episode in the first campaign, and 25-ish later we were done.
We did 125 in the first.
Yeah, it was
Ish.
about 125-ish. It was
For some reason, I thought it was like just a bit over 100.
Contango's here. Fanboy Tone is here. We bring in the best people for episode 100. If I remember right, yeah, it was somewhere around the 120, 25-ish range.
Because everyone was tired of me talking like this.
Oh man, I don't know. Blaylock was pretty great. Blaylock was pretty great. So that was a fun story. But yeah, so like 25 episodes later ish, it was done, and that is not true here. As we throttle forward, we'll have 6 years in this year, later this year, that we've been doing this, and it all started when Fanboy Tone was like, "Hey, why don't you guys stream this?" And I said, "Nobody wants to watch a bunch of old guys and one young guy, play D&D." So, and here we are. And now the young guy is an old guy. So,
120? Episode 119 is labeled the end.
Okay.
And then 120 is so many notes. I don't remember what.
Oh, when we went through all the
We went through everything.
unfound stuff.
Gotcha.
It's It's no wonder
Yeah.
you guys complain about like how slow leveling is if you were like only 20 episodes away from being done.
Well,
Yeah, we're definitely. Well, we also started at 1 in this campaign versus
and
3 in that one.
Yeah, you started earlier. I was not prepared for a campaign since it was a one shot that got turned into a campaign. I did not have a thorough story or plot, and it was very, very railroady, in my opinion. You guys may not feel the same way, but I felt it was really on the
The
rails.
railroad took 6 months for me.
Yeah, yeah, better at doing that as well, getting people in when that stuff happens. So here we are. I am going to get our giveaway started. So tonight we have a giveaway for a figure from Savage Crucible. Justinian, do you want to tell us about that while I get this going?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the Shield of Dazara. This is their 2025 convention exclusive. So the only way to get this is to go to one of their cons, or in this case, win this one. I have not even gotten one for myself yet, so you guys beat me to it. So congratulations on that to our lucky winner tonight. If you want to check out more of these figures, savagecrucible.com. They still have the Shadow Slate left, a $20 figure, comes with alternate hands and accessories. They've got Como of the Isles, which is a lot of people's favorite. He's like a lizard man human hybrid. And then Nin Villamir, which is my favorite figure of Wave 1, is still available. They have accessory packs on there. They've got the graphic novel, Volume 1. Volume 2 should be going up sometime before the end of this month. Also, if you go to their website, you can see every convention that they have coming up so far this year, right from the starting page. And I just want to touch real quick on the next 2 that they've got. So they've got IshCon coming up on May 17th and 18th, 2025. IshCon is a load of fun. Harbinger Studios Savage Crucible is one of only a few vendors that go there that's really fun to check out. And then closer to their headquarters, Iron City Comic Con in Alabama on the 31st and the 1st. And if I can convince the wife, her and I might go there that weekend, because I desperately want to get my hands on one of these that I get to keep for myself. So check them out, savagecrucible.com. And once again, thanks to Rob and the whole team over there at Harbinger Studios for sponsoring this giveaway for us tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah, we are up and running now. I had to make a little modifications. That was perfect. Exclamation point enter, not ticket. I don't control what it says there. I see family. So be sure to do that. Yeah, game is real life. Thanks for the follow a couple days ago. Appreciate you being in here. So yeah, you only get one, Tone, only one ticket. It didn't fail. I see you in the system. It got you. It does not give you something back. I don't control how the system works. It's exclamation point enter. And yeah, you've got. See, Mr. Lathis is registered as well. I see that pop up on my side. Yes, it shows you in it. You are in it. I can text you a screenshot. He is so concerned to win this tonight. I got to remove his name from. No, it is in there. I don't control how this system works, but it is working. So exclamation point enter. There'll be some reminders in the chat through tonight for that, and we'll be drawing for that at the end of the session or whenever everyone dies.
Sorry, what?
I hope Mr. Lay says, I hope you pull his name and then just tell him he loses. I'm inclined to do that. So I think we're pretty good on that side of things now. Outside of that, like, I just want to put out there to all our people that have followed us from Mixer days to Twitch to YouTube, And then all of our podcast people that listen to us in podcast form, whether that be on Apple Play or Spotify or whatever it is, we thank you for being with us through all of this. It's tough. It's a tough space. And I know there's some of you that are pretty loyal and being here every week, and we really appreciate that. It means a lot. And for those of you that we've gotten to meet in person at some of the conventions and things that we're a part of, hey, we love meeting you and hope that you are enjoying what's going on for sure. Fanboy says he is the longest supporter. Like, it's true. I mean, I can't argue that one. He has been here since the beginning. In the Mixer days. So
has he been our longest supporter or our longest supporter?
I don't know. He had a lot heavier hand in some of the storyline in the first campaign than he does in this one. But I'm the most favorite supporter. Seems like a fight. We need a fight about that. But yeah, no, we appreciate everybody and those people that swing by and talk to us on Facebook, Discord, and those general chaos people that are out there. So thank you for that. We've got some exciting stuff coming up in the very near future. I am so brimming with excitement to show everybody, but some of it's just not ready yet. A lot of that is waiting on me. I just got to get some stuff done. Yeah, Mixer days. Yeah, I said that, Tone. He wasn't listening when I said he made us.
He was too busy worrying about whether he was entered or not.
He was. He definitely was. Yeah, he made us stream it on Mixer. And if you go back and watch the old episodes, they're pretty rough. I was using an old video camera. So, but 1,000 years from now, I saw something just yesterday with Taliesin Jaffe from Critical Role, and him and Ashley Johnson have a new show that's just them chatting. And yes, you're entered. Jesus Christ. But he was talking about the 3 deaths, and I really, really like that. I don't know. Has anybody ever heard of that before?
Yes.
So the 3 deaths is when you physically die.
Oh, yeah.
The second one is when like there's no one alive that remembers you. And the last one is like there's no record of you ever really existing.
Isn't that the plot of Coco?
I don't know. I never seen Coco.
God.
But
it's a Disney movie.
But when you think about it, it's like, that's fascinating. So we've got 6 years of stuff out there to help us live a little longer. My great grandkids might be able to watch these videos if I ever have them. Maybe able to watch these out on YouTube somewhere. So, Tony's going to watch the whole thing. He's going to be watching Raw and John Cena. How do you watch John Cena? He's not there. Did I do that right?
You can't see him. You can't see him.
Yeah, so you can't watch him because you can't see him. I don't know. I'm so adjacent to the wrestling stuff that I try to act like I belong, but I really don't.
So just to give you some context, last
go.
night John Cena won an unprecedented 17th world title. So he is now the first ever 17-time world champion.
Of what?
Wrestling.
Of the wrestling show.
Right.
Isn't it all scripted anyway?
We don't talk about that, I guess. Hey, scripted or not, the physical prowess these people pull off.
I'm not doubting that.
It's impressive.
It's just a male soap opera.
Tone, if somebody said that they won 22 world titles, Ric Flair would come out and say that he had 23. Like, he's just going to keep...
Mr. Lathis says Ric Flair had 21. Aren't movies scripted? They are scripted. Except
that was Mr. Lathis.
It doesn't make it not entertaining. It's just a little less impressive on the quantity.
This is not scripted, actually. I mean, my side of it kind of is, but the rest of it is not for certain.
This is absolutely not scripted. I have no idea what's happening tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great. I did remember, because I kept telling people I would remember, but I remembered to get my Heroes Feast book and show it. I'm so excited. Thank you to Koi's Comics. That's where I picked this up. So check out Koi's Comics in Saginaw, Michigan. They've got a new supply of D&D things, but this is a recipe book from the D&D realm, and it's actually got recipes split by human, dwarf, elves, halfling. It's pretty great, and the recipes are look pretty easy to do and delicious, and the artwork is just fantastic. So Heroes Feast, hoping to make some stuff out of it as well. Let me know when
$50 mark, Jim.
Oh, Tom's talking
This-
trash on Marsland in the chat.
This one,
Uh-oh, what's happening?
35 for this one.
35.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah, Quentin got that one too. So we'll have 2 recipe making. And one of our folks from the Koi's Comic event did ask us to take a picture of the food once we make it, and we will do that and put those out on social media.
I'll keep that in mind with the drinks too, because we did make a drink 2 weekends ago.
Because there's drinks in the back, and I like, you know what I like about the drinks is they teach you how to make them like normal, and then they're like, if you want an alcoholic, here's what you add to it. Like they don't,
I have the
like,
other cookbook too.
Oh, do you? Okay, I only have this.
Yeah,
one.
the one that's all alcohol drinks.
They need one that's got drow recipes, so it's all mushroom based. And then we can eat what Drizzt Durden eats when he's on his cake icing
excuse me,
sword.
it's Drizzt Durden.
Give it 10 seconds. 10 seconds and watch what happens in the chat.
why are you guys trying to upset our longest supporter? Why are you doing that?
Hey, I just want to buy a vowel. I've got enough money saved up. I want to buy a vowel for that name.
Tone, I apologize for their unculturedness.
He's furiously typing right now. You will all feel my wrath. See?
I've got several of the books, but man, could really use a vowel and less commas.
But so while we're bringing all this up, because we do want to get rolling here, don't forget to check out Banter and Babble. Get that up there. They've got it's less on the weekly show now, more YouTube content. You're going to see Let's Set the Tone and The World According to Tone. And then Dude has some gaming streams that are going on. He recently did Split Fiction. I'm not sure what's next that he's doing. Can we skip the 100th episode and just BS all stream? While that's fun, that's kind of a Wednesday thing. We do like check out Wednesdays because that's what we do. Especially for
Wednesday is
Repo
Man Simulator 2000, whatever we're doing.
Just wait, because like
have you played it, Biddle?
Me and Jeremy are
no, because the thought of simulating a repossession officer was never stimulating to me.
It was
you aren't simulating a repo officer.
No, it's nothing like that.
I thought it was just like an open world, repo man.
Not even close.
No, it's more like a mix of
repossession officer. What?
Imagine playing like Demonologist, where you're hunting like ghosts, but you're stealing objects instead of hunting ghosts. And there's things that are very mad that you're taking them. It's actually
you can hunt them as well.
It's actually pretty hilarious because we end up laughing a lot during that. But
even with all the anger, it's still so much fun.
Yeah, when Tone screws us, it's still fun.
I seriously thought it was just a repossession officer coming to take back, because they, didn't pay their loans.
Faulted on their car payment.
That's what I thought. I'm like, why are they playing this? They went from hunting to repo man. I'm like, cool. What's next? Like,
I'm going to play the truancy officer.
That'd be great. Hey, I beat up some babies in that game.
I threw a baby into a pit today.
It's true. Grass found out he likes the body one. On top of that, so we don't get too off track, don't forget to check out Have Ass Beer Review for the greatest beer reviews on the internet. And as always, if you want to get all those reviews from the Cincinnati area packed up into one tight little place, then you can visit our friends at Truth Beer and Podcasting. They put out videos, but they're just audio, so they've got podcasts out there as well for that.
Speaking of great beers, Straston, your blueberry cobbler Friday night. Oh my God.
Tone really enjoyed it. It was Tone's idea. I brewed it. We've been tossing that idea around for a while. Its name is so hard to say that I never say it. It actually has a name. Illithid Delight.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be purple. I thought that the blackberries would make it purple, but it did not. It's lower ABV though. It's only like 4.5, somewhere around there. But I still have more left. I think Tone drank all his.
I wouldn't know.
I still have yours here, Michael. I haven't given you your stuff back.
10 minutes away from my house, and it's like we're in different states.
I know. Well, I have to leave my house for that to happen. I don't go out. I should be able to get down to you this week. Like I said, I have your 3D printed thing from Jeremy. I've got your boxes, and I got all that stuff.
Boxes.
All his
miniatures
stuff
from Koi's.
Yeah, from the Koi's and stuff. So everything's all boxed up. I got to get it out there. I really haven't done much. I've had to mow my yard twice already.
Yeah, I still haven't mowed.
I make my children mow.
Yeah, my children chop their feet off.
I can look out my window and see the grass.
Dude, that's going to be so bad when you have to mow it.
Nah. It'll be fine.
All right.
Just get goats.
Right? If you're just now joining us, exclamation point enter to enter in. There should be a reminder that pops up every so often during the stream to win a figure from our friends at Harbinger Studios, Savage Crucible. So, you guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Shooting star.
I just discovered dark mode for Google Docs, and hopefully it doesn't wash out my face on the freaking screen anymore.
Did they do that officially?
I have to go to an extension to do it, but not natively.
Yeah.
I've always found that
it's nothing
buggy.
It's nothing like downloading an extension to look at all of my documents. It's really cool.
It kills me, man. I'm with you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Without further ado, let's get into the dungeon. All right.
Ooh.
I'm getting there.
Ominous.
Calm your short.
Ominous.
Last week, when we were with the Light Unsparkers, they what did they do? They did a whole lot of nothing.
That's about right.
They investigated the book. Marsland went and investigated the book in the temple that Saris Moore was using to lead the followers in Perrin's Folly. Having a lengthy discussion, he left, not having the book that he was actually looking for. The party got together and decided to have a discussion on the ship down at the docks. They were escorted down, and after a brief discussion there on what they would do, Justinian volunteered to go talk to Sarismore himself. Bishop decided to stay on the ship in preparation of whatever may happen, knowing what's happened here before, as the rest of the party traveled with Justinian to the temple. Standing on the road with your escorts, Justinian takes a few steps toward the temple before turning around to the rest of you, and that's where we're going to start tonight.
So Justinian's going to take a long, breathy pause as he looks over the group. And he's going to walk over and he's going to hand Anaximander his warhammer and his longsword. And he's going to say, it's probably better if I don't go in armed to the teeth right off the rip. And then he's going to turn and he's going to take his bag of holding off and he's going to give that to Quentin. And he's going to say, just in case, I don't want anybody coming back out for me. If I don't come out of this alive, I don't want you guys fighting to avenge me. We have to think about what's at stake if we fail. And then he's going to take the hilt of the birchwood blade and he's going to hand that to Marzelin. Marzelin, I was right in not initially believing that she was honest with us, but I do believe I was unfair in saying that the Academy didn't have the realm's best interest at heart. If I don't come out, I want you to hold on to this piece. You know that you're going to still need to reassemble the blade.
Oh, I do know that. This all feels quite extreme, though. What are you planning on doing in there?
I plan on leaving with the book or not leaving at all.
Are you just going to go in fists throwing?
Look over at Anaximander holding my weapons, and I look back at you, and I'm like, I'm not planning on putting up much of a fight if I'm giving away my weapons. But he is powerful, and we have to respect that it's one of us going in there with him and at least 2 guards alone.
Are the guards near us?
Absolutely.
They're just... Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I hold out the hilt of the sword to you.
If I will do everything in my power to make sure this gets reconstructed as we need it to.
Turn back to the guards. I am ready.
Okay. Any statements from the rest of you?
I expect to see you come back alive. I'd rather have you alive than the book right now. We can always use the book some other way.
Be vigilant and keep to your word.
I give them both a nod and I proceed to walk.
All right. The guards from the temple come out and escort Justinian into the temple. And this is where the rest of you... Sorry.
What?
I need you to mute.
Eh.
Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Justinian, hopefully you didn't mute.
No.
You step into the temple and move forward, standing in the center. You can see Saris up behind the pulpit area. Well, let me show you. Give me 1 second here. As you enter, you hear him or see him turn to you. I thought your business had concluded here in the folly. Am I wrong?
The party's business may have concluded here. I don't know that mine has. May I approach?
You may not, but I will come down to you. And he moves forward to you, staying a fair distance away, just, 5 feet or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
What might you have business with me about?
High Priest Moore, I hope that our introduction showed you that I don't harbor the ill will towards you that other members of my party do, and that I am not of the same hot-headedness as they are.
That might be the case, but you also associate yourself with them.
I do. While I'm not as book smart as our wizard, who you got the pleasure of spending time with one-on-one, or as wise as our monk or our cleric, or as fanatically charismatic as our paladin, a powerful entity once saw something in me as your goddess sees in you. The ability to do more and be more than what we were born into.
Perhaps. What does all this have to do with me?
Your goddess presented herself to me on the first night I was here, or somebody was tricking me into believing that she spoke to me. I asked her for guidance, and she gave it to me. And I asked the party to listen to my guidance. And I believe that you may possess one of the books that we are looking for. And if I may be so bold as to say, I have felt your goddess's touch on my life my entire adulthood. From the time that I found the hilt and promised to reassemble the birchwood blade, to the time that I stumbled into a cave and contracted Mirren's kiss, to the time when I tried to resurrect a friend whose soul had been sucked from his body, only to have his soul teleported somewhere into the cosmos. I have felt your goddess's touch on my life. Her domain is trickery. Trickery requires life. It requires hope. And the thing that we are facing doesn't have hope. It doesn't leave life behind. It will turn the joy of trickery to ash in our mouths. There won't be nature. There won't be people. There won't be a connection between the divine and the material plane when this evil comes. Only a void, which only you helping us find this book could overcome. I do not believe that it is our place to tell you how to run your city, how to run your church. But I am telling you that if we do not stop what is coming, there won't be domains. There won't be a church. There won't be the joy of tomfoolery and trickery in people's lives anymore.
Are you saying that you have found new faith?
No, but I am saying that whether or not I worship your goddess, I have felt her, and I do not want to see her, you, or your people suffer with what is coming. Has she told you that she has made contact with me?
She has not. How do I know? This isn't a lie. The Light Unsparkers are known for their lies.
Because I don't have it in me to be deceptive. I don't have it in me to try to find this book, which is rightfully yours to give or not, and try to take it against your will through thievery or through bloodshed. That is not my way. I am trying to let you know that the evil that I have felt in this being that is coming is the absence of all life, including the joy of trickery, including the sensation of deception.
Why don't... And he steps a little closer to you. Why don't we find if you're truthful or not? For if you are lying, you'll quickly learn what a mistake that has been.
I have no problem being tested for my honesty.
With that, the room grows dark. Complete blackness, even with your dark vision. You hear the sounds of rocks falling in the distance. Dark smoke fills the floor of the room. You can feel it wisping around you, surrounding the inner walls of the temple. You find yourself surrounded by dark mists. A circle. Everything outside of the circle is consumed by darkness. We are alone now. You and I and the wrathful eye of Lady Doom. And with that, you just hear she is here with us now. Lady, do you speak for this one? I do. This one shows much potential. Saris looks at you. Come, child. You have seen what she can offer. You already bear her form. Why not take up her mantle and reach your true potential?
I have already given my word to Ferondis in reassembling the Birchwood blade. I do not know enough to know if I can be a slave to two masters. However,
you would not need to be slave to two. She will take care of any unfinished business you may have. You would serve her, not this other. And what a blessing to serve her directly. You would enjoy her embrace as your desires are met in her service. What say you?
Is serving her the only way that you will relinquish the book to me?
If you serve her, we are on the same side. I will relinquish your book. I have little need for it now. And you have presented that you are honest and noble.
I must decline the lady's call until I have refashioned the Birchwood blade. I still will honor her in what I do.
From the shadows you hear,
I require the same blade that you seek, my child. Bring it to me as you would of your other patron. Your mission will be the same. I will not ask you to do anything more or less than you're currently doing. It echoes through the chamber as it almost feels like the swirling mist around you closes in slightly. Saris looks at you. Serving her is all pleasure, Justinian.
Lady Doom, you will allow me to slay the Shadowspark, and you will help me attain the Birchwood Blade. And in return, you have my service? Is that the accord of which we agree?
I don't care about mortals, be they Shadowsparks or anything else. If you serve me, you can serve yourself however you want.
A smile grows really big on Justinian's face. And for the first time ever, he looks kind of sinister in his Fey form, like truly embracing what he's felt like he's becoming. Then we are in agreement. I will take your power for my own, and I will use it to crush the enemies of this land. And I will spread the love of trickery and power and doom.
Inside of you, you feel like something, like a stick breaking. There's a pop in your chest as a new sensation falls over you. You feel free. You feel powerful. For a moment, your body shakes. And you see Saris grin wildly at you. Welcome home, Justinian. And with that, the room begins to illuminate and return to what it once was. He says, "Follow me." Do you follow him?
Absolutely.
Okay. He leads you down. There's a stairwell behind his
pulpit and you walk down some long corridors and around the corners and into his private chambers below the temple itself. As you're walking back, you hear that the other residents of this lower level moving around and see a few guards patrolling down in this level. I'm excited for our future together, Justinian. Let me show you what you see. And he takes you over and into his private study. Do you have anything to say?
Not until we get to wherever we're going.
Okay. He walks up to his desk and you can see him pull a lever there. And the wall opens up as he takes you through a passage. The air here in this room, it feels ominous and shadows dance along the walls, and it's pretty poorly lit. On the north side of the room is a book resting on a raised pedestal. I believe this is the book you seek. And he motions over the book on the pedestal.
May I?
You may, brother.
I walk over and I examine it and compare it to the one Shadowspark book that I have ever been shown.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the one down in Tanasemptum that we retrieved off of the Wizard's bookcase.
Yep.
Does it have that familiar?
Very much so. And as you open the cover, you see a study on life and death. A Shadowspark Chronicle.
I pick it up. I close it. Brother Saris.
Yes.
May I now use magic in your town since we are brethren?
As long as it serves your purpose.
It does, and it does no harm to you. I just wanted to honor the agreement that I made with you from the moment that I stepped foot on your land. And I reach my hand out and I turn the dragon longsword to smoke in an Aximander's hand and summon it to myself. And I go, just so they know that I'm using my powers again.
As you wish.
And I tuck it away with sheath and all.
Okay.
Would you happen to have another copy of our holy book so that I may study it away from the prying eyes of my wizard?
Second. Of course. And he goes over to the table and gets you a more complete copy and brings it back and hands it to you.
I do a bow and I say, under my watchful eye, Lady Doom shall prevail.
And he nods to you. May she watch over you.
And with that, I will ask to be excused back to the party.
Okay. You walk out. He bids you luck in your travels.
Hey, I almost found the end of Instagram. Why'd you stop?
It actually wasn't that bad. It was only like 20 minutes.
So Anax, Gwenton, and Marslin, you see Justinian walk out from the temple unescorted. You see he has his sword on his hip as he returns to you.
Justinian does, alive?
Yep.
I reach out my hand to Marslin and I go, if I could please have my hilt back.
Certainly. Hand it back.
And with that, I will take the Shadowspark Chronicle and I will hand it over to Marslin.
Did Saris follow him out?
No.
How did you manage this?
Just a little show of power, hence why I needed my longsword. And I reach out to Gwenton and I ask for my bag, and I reach out to Anaximander and I ask for my hammer.
I'll hand it
to him.
And I say, let's get the hell out of here.
Okay, but I have questions once we get on the ship. Let's go.
I think we should get on the ship post haste.
Start walking towards back to the dock.
Swiftly, with escorts.
Yep. They escort you all back to the docks. And they meet up with the other group there. And the one looks at you. If you can help it, don't come back.
I have no intention of ever stepping foot in Perrin's Folly again.
Okay.
Before we leave, I'll whisper to Gwenton. Gwenton, can you reach out to those? What was it? The leather worker or blacksmith who was tempted to leave?
Gordy?
Gordy.
Definitely not Pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
Can you reach out to Gordy and let him know that we're leaving if he's coming?
Sure, I'll use sending to Gordy saying, Gordy, this is Gwenton. The Anaximander wants you to know we're heading out. If you're interested in joining us or not, let me know.
Oh, I didn't have time to pack up my shop. What would I do?
Anaximander, I think we should just let him be here. He seems to be safe enough here.
Understood, Gwenton.
And I'll just say, so Gordy, you're fine if you feel safe here. Don't worry about coming. If you don't feel safe, we can arrange something later.
Oh gosh!
Don't call us. We'll call you.
I sure would be happy to hear from you later if you give me a little more heads up. Be happy to go with you back there.
I'm not gonna respond, but I'm gonna be like, well, we did say get your ass together if you want to leave, so.
All right, let's go to the captain. Tell him it's time to disembark.
So she comes, she's kind of bored, sitting on the edge, looking out as you come up and tell her, "Oh, that'll be great. It's about time. Let's head out.
Please.
Back to
Fast as we
Candor's
can.
Keep." Looking out as you come up. Back to Candor's Keep, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. With that, Bishop, you feel the ship kind of lurch as it's moving, and you back out from the docks and begin sailing towards Candor's Keep.
I will make my way up to the top side.
Okay.
And see what's going on.
You see everyone's up there. Everyone is alive.
Bishop, it appears Justinian was able to convince Saris to provide the book.
I hold up the book.
Justinian, would you mind regaling us with the tale of how we are now in possession of the book?
Sure. What Marsland seems to have failed to inform us when he got in front of Saris is that he didn't explain to Saris why we needed the book. When I explained to Saris that there was a great evil coming, and he confirmed how truthful I was with Bashaba, he gave me no problems in giving me the book. Marsland, when you gave him the titles of the books that we were looking for, did you tell him what we needed them for?
I was maybe not as direct as I could have been, but I did tell him that having the book would help us prevent the evil, the same evil that brought destruction upon Candor's Keep and other negative events that have happened around the island.
Okay.
Not sure. He seemed to be indifferent to that, specifically in regard to Candor's Keep. He couldn't seem to really care less about destruction happening there.
I did have to explain to him the severing of the divine from the material world, and explain to him how his goddess, a trickery goddess, only works in a world where people live and have hope, and it does not work in a world that is dead.
I did leave that doubt. Perhaps it was foolish of me to not consider that what he cares about the most is his connection to his god, and how this might impact that.
And we are okay with them controlling all those people we saw in a trance.
I am more okay with it than I am with not leaving with this book intact, as well as our diplomatic status with Candor's Keep. Saris is a problem for another day. We have a lot of items to gather, and every day we grow one day closer to calamity.
There is truth in that statement, especially since we are here as an ambassador of the Queen of Candor, Candor's Keep. We must act in that manner if at all possible. There, hopefully we can persuade justice to be done through the law as it's intended, but we'll have to ultimately leave that up to the government in place.
While everybody's talking, I'm going to just be doing a check on the book to make sure I believe it to be the real one.
It is absolutely a real book. You don't even have to roll for that one.
Cool.
It's
Love
got
it.
all the stuff. I mean, you like these books. You respect for how long they've been alive and how well they're written.
Cool.
Marcelin, maybe there is a magic lesson that you can take out of that one, like you did with the previous. Something that'll help you grow in power.
No, I plan on putting this book to the side and never paying any mind to it. Like I did the other. Of course I am going to read this book.
Sarcasm. It does exist.
Thank you all for trusting me to get this done. It means the world to me.
You've done well.
This certainly is greatly appreciated by all of us. Your efforts, Justinian. That was very brave of you. Very selfless.
I feel fortunate that his goddess had reached out to me. I think him being able to use her to decipher my truthfulness did us a lot of favor. Odd how being honest with a goddess of trickery and her cleric seems to have done us a world of good.
I just move to the back of the boat and stare at Perrin's folly.
Okay. You just slowly see it sink off in the distance. Nobody really standing on the shore waving or watching you leave. Everybody goes back about their business. All right, it's about 3 days back. So what would you like to do on your first day? Anything special?
It's what time of day is it?
You guys left in the morning, so it would be midday right now as you're leaving.
Okay. I'm going to be reading the book.
Okay.
I'm going to be casting minor illusions and trying to get used to the illusionist bracers being able to do very complex illusions. So now with them, I should be able to like make a lion physically look like it appears and also do the sound of it roaring simultaneously. So I'm just going to be practicing doing complex illusionary magic.
Justinian suffering from magic withdrawal. He's just going crazy.
So you're reading the whole book, Marcelin? Because you definitely have time to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I will send you what you read about and what you're going to learn.
Cool.
Enjoy. What's everyone else doing?
Not
Wait,
doing
this is
anything
it?
Special.
This is it.
What?
Turn around. Okay. So during that time, I'm going to be chatting with the captain.
Okay.
No, actually, you know what? I'll take it.
Will you? Okay. So you talk to the captain. It feels good to have sea air on our face again, doesn't it?
It is. That was an uncomfortable position we were in. But it's always good to be back out and sailing, whether it be on the sea or in the sky.
You know, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it, but you ever need a captain for your airship, I'm more than happy to oblige. And it probably could use a woman's touch.
I couldn't argue that we would have a better looking captain. And I just like glance sideways over at Marsland, who's just beaming through the pages of this book.
That really is a decision for the entire party to make, and it is an honor that you would want to join us. But keep in mind that there's great peril in just about everything that we do.
What is great peril except a new song for a bard to sing over an ale?
Good. Good. I'm happy to hear that. So, gentlemen, what's the plan now? We've gathered the books, or this book, that seems to have eluded us.
We still have yet one more book to find.
We do.
And that one's in Mechanicus, correct?
Do we know?
I think they're all on this realm. I don't think they ever departed this realm.
Yeah, it's this one.
Do we-
If you look at the map, it's
Other
the island
echoes.
of the dragon.
Oh yes, where the dragon's pointing. Yeah, the Dragon Pointer Island.
Yeah, you don't have a name. You don't have. All you've heard is old sea tales from people. Nothing concrete, and a warning that no one goes down there.
Good thing we're no ones.
What was the name of this book? A Study on Life and Death?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So now you know the last title that we need, correct, Marsland?
Sure do. The last book we are looking for is Communing with Nature.
No.
No?
What?
Unless I got them mixed up, and I might have done that.
I think you got it mixed up because I'm pretty certain on this one.
We'll have to look. Yeah, I think I did switch those out. Marsland, as you're reading this book, you notice that everything inked in it is inked in blood.
Whoa, that's spooky. That's different from the rest of the books.
Yes, absolutely.
Quentin, is that the book that he was using to resurrect people from Mirren's Kiss? To take souls from one person and give life essence to another?
I'll take a look at it. Is it the book?
Yes, it definitely is that book. That's the one you saw all those months ago.
From what I can see, sure looks like it.
Okay. Anyone want to do anything for this day? All right. Evening?
No.
Bishop's
Okay.
not moving from his spot.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now it's all Bishop sees is wide open ocean as you travel away and go into resting mode. Everyone has a nice, peaceful, unrestricted sleep. Morning comes. The captain walks up behind you. Bishop, do you see something?
No.
Are we being followed?
No.
DM, do we have private rooms, or
Yes.
are we like? Oh, okay.
Are you concerned about something? I haven't seen you like this. Usually you're a little more social.
Something is not right about parents falling.
You can say that again. Have you ever had their ale? It's awful. I swear they use seawater.
I do not like the way we left things.
Well, sometimes you leave the table messy and you come back later and clean it up. But you are leaving on better terms than last time, right?
Not by much.
Well, maybe the people will look on you more favorably now that you didn't destroy a bunch of things, and when you come back, they'll welcome you with open arms.
I just go quiet.
She just kind of shoves her elbow into you and flashes you a grin. Fuck up. You'll be fine. You travel with good friends. All right, morning comes. Does anybody want to do anything today?
Have I finished the book yet?
Yep. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, absolutely.
It's a single page that just says, "Ha ha ha! You've all been tricked."
Wrong book, fool. When Justinian gets up in the morning and gets his armor and stuff around, he goes up top and looks and sees if Bishop is still standing where he has been for the last 18 hours.
Yeah, he's definitely just there.
I walk over to him. Bishop, I know that we had to leave an evil behind. And I know that the law did not match up with what is good and what is righteous. Cyrus will get what's coming to him. Nature has a way of balancing out good and evil, chaos and law. We may not be the ones to give him whatever justice he deserves. But you've been around way longer than me. You have to know he's going to get what he deserves in the end.
It seems to me he is taking everything from that town.
He has definitely exploited the fire to his benefit. And he has definitely taken more power than a church should have over a town. We can't stop what is coming without you. Anaximander fought on one side of the war all those years ago, but you fought on the other. You are our best chance at stopping what's coming. The little evils can wait until the greater threat is destroyed. And I promise you, if you want to go back to Perrin's Folly after this, I will go by your side.
Bishop just stays quiet.
Justinian turns around, shakes his head, and walks away.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I'll help out, around the ship if I can with anything.
Okay. Annex? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Sit at whatever table's available, and I'm going to pull out the map of the Isles of Frisia.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a good bit of time just staring at it.
Okay. That's what you're doing for the day?
Not for the day, but for
I mean,
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
All right. Nighttime comes. Anyone want to do anything?
I'm gonna find Justinian.
Okay.
I won't be hard to find. I am literally on the top of the ship practicing illusions over and over and over again, summoning every manner of creature or monster and mimicking sounds, trying to work out exactly the effect.
What is this you're practicing here?
Well, we've been so focused on fighting since I joined this group that 3-day break that we took, as you know from our conversation on our way here, really made me think about my powers and whether or not I was still human. And I figured if I focus on, illusion or, something non-combative, maybe it would help me feel like I could contribute more than just blowing legs off of corrupted animals or slaying hobgoblins for cutting down the wrong tree.
Well, don't get us wrong. We do appreciate your ability to slay hobgoblins when needed. But this is quite a fascinating trickery you're doing here. You intending this to be meant for deception of some sort?
Absolutely. Like, imagine if something starts chasing after us down a hallway, but they think that they have to fight this, and I put an ogre up and make it raise its club above its head with 2 hands and roar.
Oh, that is quite frightening indeed. I mean, what am I seeing? Is it full
yeah,
color, or is it like a Patronus charm?
From what I can see, it's full color. It doesn't make noise because you can only do image or sound. But-
The illusionist bracers are what allows it to be both.
Does it?
Because I can cast the same cantrip as an action and a bonus action in the same turn.
It says, though, the illusion ends if you cast this spell again.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, then what's the point of the illusionist bracer?
I don't know. That's just what it says. And I don't know if
Okay.
that's a new 2024 thing.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've always had it where it did both because it's the only illusionist cantrip there is.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't remember seeing that before. I'd have to look.
Okay.
Here, is he still summoned?
Yeah.
So
but other than that, it
illusionist
looks
bracers. Yep.
it's in a 5-foot cube.
and it's at least 5 foot tall, but it looks just like an ogre.
Here, I want to high five him, and I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'll just have it go up and hold it out his hand to high five.
And I'll just move the ogre to make it high five back.
It is very fun. Could get endless entertainment out of that. Where did you learn how to do all of this anyway?
This was part of the powers that I was granted by Ferrandis. And I've always focused on the combat side of things. And I mean, why? Why did I focus so much on just being good at fighting? Because I was born to be a guard?
Well, fighting does come in quite useful when you're a guard.
Right.
What is next on the docket to learn? Have you figured that out yet?
I'm not. I was kind of hoping that you could tell me if there was something to learn from the new Shadowspark book.
I actually did find some interesting things in there. If you'd like to take a look, you're welcome to it. Just please be careful with the papers. In reading through, I learned 2 spells, Vampiric Touch, and this one I hope we don't actually ever need to use, but could be quite useful. Resurrection.
Yeah, that is a useful one that I hope we never have to use. Does Gwynton know that one?
I don't actually know if he does or not. Is Gwynton around?
Nope.
Hell no.
Hell no.
But I'm kind of useless in healing. So maybe it is, it behooves us to have me know this to spread that out a little bit more.
Yeah, I would love to try to read the book and learn them myself if I can.
Here, you can take the book. Like I said, just please be careful with it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I literally just had to face Ceres and his goddess to get this book. I'm not gonna tear a page on it, trust me.
And I wanted to ask a little bit more about that. You said something about a show of force to get the book, but mostly just mentioned appealing to the nature of interaction with the gods. What exactly happened there? Did you use any of these powers to convince him to give you the book?
No, but once he had conceded to giving me the book, I summoned the dragon longsword just so that he could see that while I appeared unarmed, I wasn't.
But there was no altercation?
No, none. Well, when his goddess first joined the conversation, it was a little creepy, but I learned to be comfortable in both of their presence.
Trickster goddess.
Yes. Like I said, it's amazing how the truth got me the book.
And this is the same one that visited you in your dreams.
Yes. And Ceres needed to confirm that with her before he and I continued negotiation.
Fascinating. Well, I guess it was a little scary in the time being. I had my doubts that you weren't being overtaken and we might have to recalculate our trust in you. But I'm glad it all worked out.
Trust me when I say, Marcelin, that it was I went in there and I maintained control over myself.
Do you feel that connection fading now that we're sailing away from Perrin's Folly?
No, because trickery is chaos and nature is chaos, and I don't know if I'll ever not feel the touch that she initially gave to me. But I have my mission. I must collect the Sword of Ferondus, and we must soldier on. And the longer we were being held up by the book, the longer it was going to take me to get the sword put back together.
Well, we do still have that one more book to get, but I'm confident together, especially with all of these newfound abilities, we'll be able to get there.
Me too. I'm very lucky to have all of you on my side. I haven't always felt that way, but I feel that way now.
And I appreciate those words of you conceding that the Academy is a force of good. I can understand why it might have seemed too good to be true at the moment.
I wasn't wrong about Pora. She was hiding something.
She was hiding something, but thankfully, she wasn't using any of her connections for bad.
Agreed. She's going to be an important ally for the big fight ahead.
Oh, she's going to be so excited when she sees it. Oh, should I send her a message right now from the ship?
What time of day is it? I look up the sky to look. What time of day is
It's
it?
starting to, the sun's starting to set.
Do it quickly if you were going to talk to her.
Okay, I'm going to cast Sending.
I'll just tap him on the shoulder as I walk away. Like, up, tap, tap, walk away.
Okay.
Yep.
Hi, Pora. This is so incredibly exciting. I'm reporting in from the ship sailing back from Perrin's Folly. We have collected another Shadowspark book.
That's it. Marsland, I'm glad you completed your task. I can't wait to see you once you get back to Candor's Keep.
And with that, I'll spend a little bit of time just looking off into the distance, off to the horizon as we continue to sail.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything as night falls?
Night falls. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Quentin.
Okay.
Quentin.
What is it, Axe?
So come take a look at this map.
I'll follow him to take a look at the map.
Okay, so southeast, very southeast, at least 5 to 7 days travel, depending if by air or by sea, to get to the islands in question. And then I'll point to the map. Now, to the northwest, there an even bigger dilemma. That will take an extraordinary amount of time in order to get to the Arboretum when we have finally collected the last blade. Correct?
Not as long as you are thinking, considering the blade is in the plane of fire.
Yep.
And that means we have to go back to Ignia. And Ignia is way over here, and I'll point. And is he using an old map that doesn't have Ignia on it?
Which map are you using?
The one with Ignia on it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll point to Ignia.
I put it in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Yeah, so really, it won't be as far as from here at the time it happens.
Feel we're going to spend a great deal of time traveling.
We fully could, or something else we can do, depending on how the ship allows it and our crew, when we go to the land of fire, or the plane of flame, fire, so I remember, we could tell the crew to continue on to the Arbitorium with the ship. And then when we're done, I can teleport us to the ship.
I see. That does help. Well, it's good. We should report back to the ambassador for the Queen and let him know that the what has transpired, so that he can brief the Queen. It's probably not correct decorum to go reaching out to someone as high up on as high a noble blood directly, but to merely go through one of the ambassadors.
I can cast your sending.
I've already thought about that, to be honest. No, something tells me a combination between talking to the ambassador that we met on the docks,
Yep.
and after talking to Pora, we'll probably find ourselves with the summons.
As long as it gets to the Queen. I mean, we have to respect the chain of command.
Yes.
And, we shouldn't be reporting directly to the Queen. And could you imagine the chaos if everybody just started casting sending to tell ask for something or to report on something?
Well, I mean, she can just block a lot of people for 24 hours.
Possibly.
But there's also a chance that when we get back and just talk to the ambassador, because they'll be like, let's go right to the Queen. We don't know how busy your schedule may be.
Fine. Just planning ahead.
I know, I gotcha.
How are you handling everything?
I mean, I'm fine. I just sat in a room for like 3 days. I didn't have to go through any type of ordeal.
Well, you have experience over there at Parents' Folly.
I mean, some. Most of it was just trying to put out a fire.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it necessary to escalate the diplomatic situation with Parents' Folly?
I do feel it's important to make sure the Queen knows what we saw that third night, considering some of those people were her direct subjects.
True. There's some battles that we just can't fight right now. I couldn't tell you the number of villages, towns, groups of people that after you free a land or after a battle is won, there's still much to be done. There are still petty tyrants that step in to the void when a land has been vanquished. But you have to pick your battles. And I feel like this was a battle that we chose wisely, but it never sits well.
No, I get it. I have to give it to Justinian for getting the book without us getting into a huge fight and, potentially killing people for a book again.
I was fully prepared to have to defend you all, and that would have put me into a situation which I would rather not be in. So I owe Justinian a great deal of thanks, even more so than I have, for helping me to be able to not be put into such a gray area morally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, soon we'll be there. Maybe another day or two.
I think we're about like a day and a half so it travels.
Sounds about right. But
We can go over the plan that we just talked about with the others in the morning. It was nighttime, right? Heading into night.
it's getting
It's
the night.
heading into night. Yep. All right.
It is. Yep, that's it.
Everyone bedding down.
Yes.
Okay.
You make
Anyone
us sound
doing
like
anything?
cats.
Okay. I hate to do this again. I need everyone but Marsland to mute.
Interesting.
Okay. Marsland,
That's me.
as you settle in for the evening,
Music get horror.
Out of back and forth. You can't really sleep tonight. You toss and you turn. And you start feeling uneasy enough where you wake up and sit up in your bed. Your muscles stiffen a bit. And your room grows dark. You hear, "I sense you, Ceres. Your powers reaching out to me again. But you feel different. I am growing stronger. Tell me, why do you reach out to me again, interrupting my focus?" You find your gaze is fixed on the new Shadowspark book.
Who's there?
You are not Ceres. You must be an interloper. Someone sent to stop my work? It makes no matter to me. You cannot stop what has already been started. You feel the pull of darkness on your mind, a gripping tease of power, desire. Makes you want to just grab the book, hold it.
Who's there? What is the meaning of this?
You don't know? You have my book, but don't know who I am?
Would I recognize his voice?
Not at all.
Are you a Shadowspark by chance?
I am the Shadowspark.
One sec. Is this Thane?
It is. And who is this?
A member of a great group known as the Light Unsparkers.
That almost seems hostile towards me.
The name was chosen with great intention.
So
Our
you're...
group does not appreciate what has been happening to these lands.
These lands need purged.
Purge of
Surely,
what?
the world needs rebalanced, formed in the proper image.
The proper image of what? You're speaking nonsense.
You can accept me, and together we can right the wrong this land has unleashed. Or you can choose to reject me. It's your choice.
The only wrong this land has unleashed is allowing the Shadowsparks to regain any semblance of power.
As you wish.
You feel a pull of darkness on your mind. I need you to roll a straight d20.
Okay. Oh no. I don't think I've rolled above a 10 in like a dozen sessions.
Okay. You feel the darkness pull further. Almost a tinge of it wanting to change your mind. Roll another d20.
Am I gonna have another character corrupted onto the dark side? 17.
You fight back against the darkness, pulling away as you feel the power intensify.
You will submit.
Roll another d20. You pull further away from the darkness. Roll again.
Nine.
You pull, breaking your mind from the shadow. You feel the book that you now noticed is levitating toward you, slams back against the wall and falls down and closes itself. Shadows disappearing. You feel the eyes watching you disappear. You just hear the gentle lapping of the ocean against the ship. As you sit there in your bed, your muscles released. You feel haunted by what just happened. What would you like to do?
How far from Candor's Keep are we?
About a day out.
A day out?
Mm-hmm.
What is the middle of the night?
Yeah.
I am going to I'm going to get up and go to Justinian's door.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock knock. Justinian, are you there?
Justinian, you hear the knocking. Oh, he can't hear you. Hold on. Okay. Justinian, you hear a knock at your door.
Put away my book and then I walk over and answer the door.
There's too much evil in this book. I can't wait any longer to get back to Candor's Keep, Justinian. I need to bring this immediately to the Academy. There's no time to talk. And then I'm going to cast Teleportation Circle.
Wait!
Okay. It just... gone.
Freaking bolt now. I'm still in my evening attire. I bolt straight over to Gwenton's store and start.
I'll open it up.
Marsland just came to my door, told me the book is evil. It's too evil for him. He can't handle it. He's going back to Candor's Keep, and he just teleported. Do whatever it is you did with the dragon and go. He literally just teleported right in front of me and said he's going back to Candor's Keep.
I'll use sending first to talk to him real quick. I can teleport all of us if we're all here.
I run over and I knock on an Axemander's door.
He's still got your tooth. He's still got your tooth.
No, it's been over 24 hours.
Never mind.
Yeah, trust me. But I knock on an Axemander's door. I'm like, talk to Gwenton. I'll be right back. And I run upstairs and grab Bishop.
Okay. go to Gwenton, and still in, ready for combat. Ready. What's going on?
Hang on, I'll cast Sending to Marsland. Justinian said you went back to Candor's Keep. Something about the book being too evil. Do you want us to follow immediately? That's
Fane came to me in the middle of the night. Great darkness pulled me towards the book. Finding Pora.
Is the book still on the... No, never mind. I'm not privy to this.
That wasn't a yes or no.
if it wasn't obvious, I intended to carry the book through the teleportation.
Okay.
I
thought he left the book there. I'm like, no, what do you do? Leave the book with us?
No, since he didn't tell me he shoved it in my hands, I figured he was teleporting out with the book,
Okay.
I relay the exact same information to Bishop. Bishop, the book is more evil than Marsland thought. He didn't feel like he could deal with it. He teleported back to Candor's Keep. Gwenton said he's sending him a sending message. I'm going back and grabbing my stuff because I don't know what we're doing. Everybody just makes moves without talking to anybody, and I just shoot back downstairs, start putting on my clothes.
Maybe he shouldn't be just willy-nilly reading these books. And I'll make
Criticize me for not reading them.
I didn't criticize you for not reading them. You criticized yourself for not reading them. You're like, I had all these books in my possession at one point, and I didn't read any of them. No, you didn't. I'll make my way downstairs.
I'll cast sending again, saying, Was that a yes? You want us to join you? Justinian is ready to go now.
If you all want to, it is not critical. I am currently okay, but time is, but didn't want to wait long.
Still not a yes or no.
Not critical, but I had to get out of here like now.
Right. So, we're what, like 5 minutes away from the island at this point in time, probably.
No, you have a day left.
So, I'll go out. I'll relay this back to Anax too, and then I'll go find Justinian and tell him what he just told me, that Thane showed himself to Marsland in the middle of the night. That's why he wanted to get back to Candor's Keep. Did you say you were going to the academy, or just that you were safe?
I said I was going to the academy.
Okay, he said he was going to the academy. We can go now. He didn't say it was a hurry for us to get there. He just needed to get to the academy to get the Pora. So if everyone wants to go, I can teleport us back to the ship now. Obviously we should let the captain know, hey, we're gonna go. Some stuff came up. We'll meet you there later. Thanks for the haul.
I don't think, between the means of communication that we have amongst each other, is it necessary that we teleport immediately when Marsland's going to bring the book to probably one of the most safest place on the Isles?
Is Pora the safest place for that book, though?
I believe Candor's Keep would be the safest place for the book.
Maybe he's going back to the academy.
Pora is trying to cleanse the books of the Shadowspark corruption.
Yes, but if Marsland doesn't tell her that her brother can reach out through the book and mess with the reader's mind, imagine what happens when she starts casting on that book.
It's a valid concern. My thought is just she's fought her family once. I feel like she could do it again.
If anybody knows about the dark magic of the Shadowsparks, it would be Pora, and I'm sure that she will exercise caution when examining the book.
For my sanity, Gwynton, if you can reach back out with one more sending spell, send it to Pora and let her know what that book is doing to Marsland before he gets there.
This is earlier in the morning, right?
It's late at night. Yeah, and it's still night.
Yeah, it's late at night.
I'm sorry, Pora.
Now, you know, I am not your master, and if you all decide that you want to leave early, then I will, of course, go with you. I'm just expressing my 2 cents.
Oh no, I totally agree with you. I just don't want our hard work of getting that book to be for nothing if her brother can get his hands on her like he did on Marsland. I think precaution is our friend.
I'll cast sending on Pora and just gonna say starting with I'm sorry. Thane talked to Marsland. He is heading to the academy via teleportation. Wanted to make you aware of this. That's 25.
What? I sometimes
I'm
really
sorry.
wish you'd lose my number.
And that's it.
At least I started with I'm sorry.
I mean, just imagine you're dead asleep and just like someone starts playing a recording like right next to your head at full volume, you know? Like,
She's gonna have a frantic freaking blue man running through the halls of the damn academy. This book talk to me.
Why don't we have like a whole group of Vidalkins so that we can have our own Blue Man group?
I can't. We know where a third one is. Mars just hasn't been able to recruit him yet. We also haven't really.
We ever
much.
actually seen him? Just heard reports of him.
it's true.
No. Lomaine has seen him though.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta hate you guys.
Uh-huh.
All right, what are the rest of you doing on
okay.
the ship?
So if we're good to just wait out the day, that doesn't bother me.
Good with that. You let Pora know what she was about to encounter. I am ready to go back to sleep.
Okay.
You sail into town. Candor's keep is gone.
There's just a giant hole in the ground.
Well, at least we always survive.
All right. Everybody going back to bed?
Yep.
Bishop, Annex?
Yeah.
Bishop's going back up to the back of the ship and just
I
staring
walked
out.
down here for nothing.
All right then. Marsland, you which circle did you pick? The one in the tower?
Yeah, the generic one in the tower I just discovered.
Not
Okay.
her room directly.
Into her boudoir.
You're in the tower. You just somebody kind of looks in there because they hear the crackling of the magic as you appear.
Cool. I'm going to start moving, not erratically, but quickly downstairs.
Okay. So you go down to the main floor.
And then, am I able to actually get to where Pora's room is?
You've never, like, you know where her office is.
Yeah.
You don't know where she sleeps.
Okay. I am going to go to where her office is, and knowing that she's expressed dissatisfaction in late night interruptions, I'm just going to camp out there with the book.
Okay.
He's just cradling the damn book.
And if
Rocking
it starts
back and
talking to
forth.
me, then I'm going to start making a fuss.
I feel like this is like Gandalf in the Ring. The ring's on the other side of the room. Like, you're waiting for a hobbit to come up and pick it up. Okay, so you can't. Are you going to sleep or are you staying awake?
I'm staying awake.
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution check.
Check, not safe.
Just straight roll plus your modifier.
Nat
or-
20. I'm on
Dang.
edge.
Yeah. Great. All right. So you fight off the exhaustion of just staying awake. The closest thing to red circles around your eyes are there as you hear some noise the next morning, and Pora walks in. Oh my god. I got one of you reached out last night. I'm glad I'm not a drinker, really. So I probably wouldn't remember. But now you're sitting here. Where's everyone else?
Well, I did reach out I guess in the evening. I didn't think it was that late at night to cause distress to you.
And it's at this time you look out and it's just now like cracking sunrise. Like it's early.
Yep.
What is it you need?
So remember how I mentioned in after the previously mentioned message that I sent you? We got another Shadowspark book.
Yes.
Well, you know, I like to read, so I read the whole book. It was quite fascinating. Lots of spells in there. But I thought that, you know, I had read the book and that was it, and it was over. But I put the book in the corner of my room on the ship that we were sailing back on, and got into bed and pulled my sheets up. They were quite soft, given.
Do you have to go into all the detail? I have not had my morning coffee yet.
Okay, I'll cut to the
Have you
chase.
slept?
I was slept. Why would I need to sleep?
Oh, Marsland. So much
I-
reason why you need to sleep.
Didn't know when you would get back to your office, so I just sat up here all night.
You sat in my office all night.
But I sat outside your office. I didn't want to go inside, so I was trying to be courteous and not disrupt you in the middle of the night.
Marsland, can we please make this meeting short? Shorter?
I will cut to the chase. The book started talking to me in the middle of the night as I was trying to sleep, and it turns out it was supposedly Fane talking to me. It was the strangest thing. He tried to convince me to join his side. Talked a whole bunch of mumbled crazy talk about purging the world, which, yes, we know that Ethan seems to also want to do some crazy evil things like that. But the book started to pull me towards it, and it was a dark feeling, a dark energy that wanted to corrupt me like nothing I've felt before. So there's something in this book that is dangerous.
She walks up to you and just kind of grabs your face to focus her eyes onto yours. Marsland, what did you tell him?
I told him I wasn't going to be joining him.
Marsland, we've known each other for quite some time, and you have a bit of what they call a loose tongue. What else did you say?
I told him my name was Marsland. I told him we were from the Light and Sparkers. I told him that we did not appreciate what he was doing and that I wasn't going to join him. I didn't tell any lies.
So now
Yeah, it's
he
like that's
knows.
a good thing. Just cutting his tongue out.
So now he knows your name. At
I
least your name. And-
figured with his resources he could have figured that out anyway.
And the name of your associates. You're becoming quite well known through here.
Yes.
What did you do with the
Have
book?
her wax.
It's right here. I haven't let it out of my sight.
Are you wanting to keep it?
I don't know what to do with it. I'm scared of it.
If Fane spoke with you, that means he has freed himself from stasis.
That doesn't sound good.
While we still have time, it is ticking. If you keep the book, there is a good chance he will reach out again. There are advantages if he were to say something that he shouldn't have. You might learn his plans. There are disadvantages that he might sway you.
That power, that lure, I didn't like it, but it drew me towards it. I'm afraid that I would grow weak against it.
It's your choice, Marzon. Have the upper hand and risk falling, or we put it away and block one method of his communication.
Is there anything I can do or you can teach me to better control that influence? He's your brother, no? Surely there must be
Yes.
some insight, some weakness you can point me towards.
Imagine sealing a wasp in a jar for 1,000 years and shaking it. How would it feel when it finally gets released?
Probably quite hungry if it hadn't eaten in that long.
Fane was powerful before, but now he has righteous anger in his eyes. I could tell you things, but I don't think it would help.
I'm tempted to hold on to it, at least for the time being, and entertain any more communication. I fear I almost shouldn't be left alone at night if I were to do that, in case the corrupting power became too strong.
It's your choice.
Do you think
She-
it's foolish to keep it?
She puts a hand on your shoulder. We've got to know each other quite well, Marzon. I trust your decision.
Is there anything I could take with me that I could put this in, or any spell I could use to cut off the connection if I need to?
I'm sure your bag of holding will help, but I'm not sure it will prevent everything.
That is smart. I think that might be worth a shot if it becomes too much.
Also, Fane knows this book. You know he'll be able to find it.
You think this will lead him straight to us?
When it fits his needs. It's not a problem that we worry about now, but we may have to worry about it soon.
You say he's awoken from stasis. Do you think he has left Das Khaldun?
I don't believe so.
That is promising, at least. I suppose I will hold on to it for the time being. It will pain me if the communication continues. I did not like that feeling. Terrified me. But I do see the strategic advantage it could pose.
I'm scared as well. Get some sleep.
I am starting to feel a little tired now that the adrenaline is beginning to wear off.
And tell your friends to not talk to me at night.
I will relay the message.
Thank you. And she walks away.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the house.
Okay. The rest of you wake up the next morning. The ship sailing west. What do you want to do?
What can we do? We just gotta let you get back to the dock.
Okay. Just didn't know if you had anything to do.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. As night settles in, the ship comes to a rest in the docks of Candor's Keep. The skies are clear while there's still snow on the ground. And you can see there's not many dock workers here. As the ship is finally back home and you step foot into the city. That is where we're going to go to Marslin, who's back at the house. Is there anything you want to do at the house?
Who's there?
Everybody.
Lamar's there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna. It's still early morning, right?
Yeah. When you got there, yeah, it's morning, so you went back to the house. You're dragging a bit.
Okay. And they are not expected to get back until
Nighttime.
this
The
night.
nighttime of the next day, or
Current
the
day.
next day. No, the next day.
Next day.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
because
would
it was
be 2 days.
It was nighttime when you left, and then you stayed there. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Till the
Nighttime
morning,
of
right.
this
Yeah.
day. Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna find Lamar.
He's in the library there. Oh, Marcelin, you have returned.
I have. It's been quite a trip this time, I must
You
say.
look exhausted. Have you been up all night reading again? Did you find a silly children's book that has stories?
Oh, I wish I had, Lomar. Oh, I wish I had. I found quite the opposite.
Did you find an instruction manual for putting together a table from Raikia?
That would have been a million times better than what I found. You know when you're reading a book and it just feels like the book is talking to you?
Oh, yes, many books speak to me. It is the most fantastic thing.
Do you ever have a book that maybe feels a little bad, a little wrong, maybe a little bit evil?
Oh, I have. Long time ago, I went down to Madame Eustace's.
I knew it was
in the
going to that.
Trex. They made
Lamar,
me
get
feel
your
a
mind out
little
of the
bad.
gutter. Not that. Not that. Don't make me lose respect in you.
It did make me feel a little evil, though.
That's fair. I could see why it would make you feel a little evil. But what I am referring to, this book that I have with me, it actually spoke to me in the middle of the night. A great evil drew me towards it. It was
Did its
very terrifying.
pages flap up and down?
It didn't, right?
No.
No.
Maybe it is because you were very tired. Books do not talk to us, Marza, not in an audible sense.
This book did. It was a vessel of which Fane's Shadowspark tried to get me to join his side. It's very evil.
as he continues to tell people shit.
Fane. Fane spoke to you.
Oh yes. He's awake apparently.
That is so strange. For the research I've done in the olden days said he was sealed away. Like he could never break free.
I can't explain it, Lomar. All I know is his.
We lost you. I heard I can't explain it and just dunk.
Mm-hmm. Thought it was me for a second.
Yeah, I did too.
Silly rechargeable mic.
Okay, continue.
I can't explain it, Lomar. It just drew me towards it. It is very bad, but I just got back from well, I had waited outside of an office all night in anticipation, but
office, Marsland?
Poor's office.
You really should give that poor woman a break.
That's why I didn't wake her up in the middle of the night. I was courteous and waited for her to return. Anyway.
You know, we hear tales of what the Light Unsparkers and their messaging.
Trying to get better.
I'm just
sometimes
saying people talk.
Who's talking?
Marsland. Everybody is talking.
Are they saying bad things? Is it tarnishing the reputation of the Light Unsparkers?
Imagine it be like, if you know the Light Unsparkers, don't sleep too easy. Not that they'll hurt you, but they could be an alarm clock.
There's worse things in this world than an alarm clock. Especially an alarm clock that delivers alarmingly good news.
I'm sure you do, though, every time.
Every
Now,
time.
Should I read this book and see if it speaks to me the way it speaks to you?
I don't recommend that. You can if you want. Don't let me stop you. I know it is.
Oh, I can? That sounds... I mean, I just want a book to really, really speak to me.
I think I better hold on to this for the time being.
But you said I could read it.
Perhaps in the future. Wait, did... Never mind. What was I gonna say? What I do need actually though is I'm afraid of being, this is a little embarrassing, but I'm a little afraid of being left alone to sleep by myself. And I was hoping you could just maybe keep an eye on me as I get some shut-eye and you do your studies, just in case this decides to wake me up again.
Well, of course, we share a room. I can do my research in our room, and I'll watch you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Lomar. It's great having you around.
It's great for you to be back.
I'm gonna cast Sending to Gwynton.
Okay.
Gwynton, this is Marsland. Talked with Pora, back at house, still have book. Lomar watching me while I sleep. Hope it all goes well.
So many questions from that statement. We will see you back at the house. Sleep lightly, I guess?
All right.
That's it.
Mars, you're out. All your efforts to not sleep as soundly as are just tossed aside as you just zonk out.
Cool.
But you rest well. No weird dreams, voices, or anything. The rest of you, ship pulls in at night. What do you want to do?
I would have passed on the information that he's at the house, so we can just go straight there. I'm not gonna say anything about him being watched sleeping though.
Okay.
We should make haste and go there immediately. Before I leave, I'll let Jaina know that I'll be having a conversation with the rest of the party as a whole to decide what to make a decision on your request to be captain of the ship.
Okay. She thanks you.
Yep. Let's go.
All right. As you,
The case.
Marsland, as darkness basically has set in, you wake up with a start, and you see Lomar is just sitting there. He's just looking over at you. Did you sleep well?
Did I do anything weird?
Mars, we've never really talked about it, but when you sleep, you do a lot of things weird, but nothing out of the normal.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it seems the book hasn't talked to me. So I'll take that as a win. Thank you.
Yes, but if you could stop casting cantrips in your sleep, that might be helpful. Just concern.
I can't really sleep well in the dark, so yeah, I often wake up and things are just glowing everywhere. I know. I have to dismiss it all in the morning.
No one else has come home, though, so it is nice and quiet.
How's Bryn? Is Bryn still home?
You know, I see her from time to time, but I don't really talk to her. She's kind of gruff, and I don't think she likes me.
You haven't become friends?
She asked me to help her once, and I kept getting in the way, and she told me, please don't ever come into my shop again, or I will hit you with this hammer in your thinking spot.
Yeah. Well, would you prefer to have Bryn or Crow around?
Oh, Bryn. Bryn is superior. Very nice. Bryn, if you hear me through the floors, you're great.
I agree. Crow is a disturbing character to have in a residence.
It's a lot cleaner around here since Crow left.
And a lot less burned books.
Yes. I never thought I'd have to clean up so much just raw defecation on the floor.
Should have fashioned Crow a diaper.
I think that would have been really beneficial.
Oh, actually, I did have a question. I heard a rumor that there is another Vidalcan roaming around the academy. Have you, by chance, ran into them?
I have seen them once or twice. They're not a regular attendee at the academy, but they come in to research and leave.
Have you talked with them? Do you know their name or their origin?
Are
they? I'm very curious if they're from our home place, but perhaps I'll run into them sometime.
They kind of have to be.
I would assume so, but you can never assume facts.
Yes. You can never assume facts.
Then I'm gonna just go out front and wait in the foyer for the rest of the crew.
Okay. As the rest of you get home and step inside, you see Bryn. She's coming out of the kitchen and she's like just chomping on some carrots. And she's like, her hair's a wreck. She's got like grease all over her face. And she just turns and looks at you. What's up? And she's
You're
looking.
looking like you had a rough night.
You've met everyone else here, right?
I mean, that's a valid point.
Yes. Now, Bishop, what new ding, crack, or split do you have that I need to investigate now?
You will be very happy that on this trip, I was not stressed in any shape or form physically.
What about mentally?
There is not enough time.
She just takes a big bite. Well, I'll be up in the shop when you need me. And walks up to the shop. Marsland, you see everybody coming in. You all see Marsland sitting there.
You all made it home.
I mean, yes, we did.
How was the remainder of the journey?
Uneventful. I would like to know why you suddenly vanished and why Justinian came running in panicking. More than what you said earlier.
I apologize for that. I was just terribly spooked and frightened and didn't feel like I could wait an entire other day out at sea without anybody to consult.
There are 4 other people that you could have consulted with. And if
none of you are Pora.
you were that scared of that book, then why do you still have it? The whole point was to give her all the books.
I am not still carrying it lightly, Bishop. I consulted with Pora about this to see if she was able to give any sage wisdom on how to handle this, if I should give it away, if back to her, if there's anything I should know in communicating with the book. Basically, in the middle of the night, Fane started speaking to me through the book, and I could feel a great evil draw pulling me towards it, making me want to almost join him. Obviously, my first instinct is to get rid of the book and try to cleanse the book, but Porab made a good point that it might prove strategically beneficial to have some sort of link to Fane. If we all think that is too risky, I, by all means, would be very happy to rid myself of this.
Pora recommended that you keep the book?
Pora didn't recommend one way or the other, but rather left the decision up to me, just stating out the possible benefit to us. But there is also the great potential downside in that it is likely that Fane will have some sort of Fane knows this book, you might be able to find it.
So just to reiterate what Bishop just said, you barely told me what was going on. Abandoned the rest of the group because you had to be rid of this book. And you brought it to our home where we live because you think that the connection is important to keep.
Not that I didn't immediately need to get rid of the book necessarily. I just needed to understand what was happening and if it is something that could be controlled.
Marsland, I understand your concern, but sometimes of matters that we all participated in, the retrieval of the book, I would humbly ask you to consult with the rest of us before making a decision that would affect all of us, especially when we were all part of that acquisition, okay, and the trip back with the book.
I didn't know if this book was going to take out that entire ship right there and eliminate all of you.
I
didn't know if that voice was going to come back to me immediately. I didn't know if I was going to turn on all of you.
completely understand. However, maybe talk to us before you disappear.
I feel like
And
we've had this conversation before.
maybe we should stop reading them while they are corrupted.
That is an astute point.
That's going to be very difficult.
It
Justinian,
shouldn't.
at Marsland saying that, Justinian walks to his room and slams the door as loud as he can as he walks into his room. Doesn't say a word.
It was a long, hard night, Marsland. However, I understand your concern.
I suggest you let me have that book, and we will take it back to the academy in the morning.
I think it is best if I hold on to it and somebody stays by me rather than risking potentially corrupting another person with the connection.
Put the book in your bag of holding.
I don't have a bag of holding.
Everybody has a bag of holding.
Yeah,
Do
we all do. Yep.
All right. Forgot about that.
Do you not have it in your inventory?
No, I do. I just forgot.
Didn't Porra say put it in your bag of holding?
Well,
He was
potentially break the
mesmerized.
connection.
He was mesmerized by her beauty.
It's fair.
her 6 a.m. bedhead. Okay. If
All
you would
right.
like someone to watch over you sleep, I mean, Lamar can help or I can help.
That would be great.
With that, are we all heading to various beds?
I'm tired. I'm glad you're all right, Marsland.
And then, are you just heading to bed, Annex?
I'm just heading to bed. Yep.
All right. Justinian already left. Quentin?
I'm gonna go with Marsland.
Okay. Marston's going back to bed. Extra rest.
Oh, yeah.
And Bishop?
I'm going up to talk to Bryn.
Okay. Rest of you doing
Why
anything?
am I so angry? Nothing past. Keep an eye on him.
All right. Bishop, you head up. Bryn's sitting there. She's finished her carrots and she kind of kicked back a little bit in her chair. So, I feel like you have a story.
It is growing more and more difficult to stay within the moral bounds of what I am trying to do. Things are escalating quicker, and obviously members are making really poor choices lately. I'm pretty sure you heard the argument downstairs.
Oh, no, I just block them out. I do live here with Lomar and the others.
Aaron's folly has fallen to some benevolent trickery deity. Cirrus has pretty much scoffed at the law.
Well, their laws may be different than what we have here.
No. Law is law. They fall under Candor's keep. They get away with it because they are farther away.
Might be. Can't let everything weigh on you so much, Bishop.
How are the prosthetics coming along?
Oh, I finished those. They're all in there, fully functional.
And what we spoke about before? The way things are going, I need to be faster. I need to be stronger.
I mean, we can tune you up, of course. More concerned about what's going on the inside, more than just your head. Have you noticed any more leakage?
I've been keeping an eye on it. Has it? You haven't really said anything if it's changed
Hasn't gotten
or not.
worse. Nope.
No. Currently, it is the same.
Well, just don't take any more of those hard hits. Start getting beat up again. gonna be good.
Unfortunately, I cannot promise that. And the one person who couldn't tell me is no longer with us. I've read and reread his books, and nothing has stood out to me.
Well, it just means we both need to read them again. Just hope we don't have to get what he had to go get to bring you to life.
He said what? It was. I know he said it was the Astral Sea, but where in the Astral Sea?
It was like the brain of a sea creature out there. They're quite large.
Cthulhu.
Without going and looking it up.
Yeah, no. No, I'll just go and try to meditate.
There's a lot going on inside that head of yours, Bishop. Appreciate your moral standing, but I need to teach you where the gray area is. She gives you a pat, and then she walks over and gets like the oil and stuff and just begins cleaning you. Lubing things up.
I let her.
And you all have a peaceful evening of rest. Back in your homes, back in your beds. That's where we're going to end this evening. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
What a night.
There we go. It's time for a drawing. It's time for a drawing. We've got 5 people. You have to right now to hit !enter, and put your name in to win a figure from Savage Crucible. Oh, my mouth is hurting. All right. So here we go. Anybody? We could give it just a second. Okay. Just people trying a second time.
Tone's like, I got 1/5 chance. Let's go.
That's Steiner math. You don't know nothing about that, Jeremy.
That's true. Cheats! Cheats!
Woo!
Cheats!
Fanboy Tone.
Fanboy
Now
Tone,
can I say it, Drastin? What I said before we started
yeah,
streaming?
yeah.
I was hoping that Fanboy Tone would win so that I would have the chance to send this to him, because this is going to be his first Savage Crucible figure.
That is legit. Fanboy Tone did win the Savage Crucible figure, the Shield of what?
Dazara.
Dessert. Hey, I just rolled the thing and I just hit the button and it just does things. So thank you all for participating in that. Thank you especially to Harbinger Studios and Savage Crucible for providing the figure for that. So I'll get to see this in person at some point as well when I visit Cone. Honestly, if you're in this area, Justinian, just drop it off here because I think he'll be down in a few weeks or something. Save the shipping cost.
Well, then I'm gonna make him come see me for it. He's got to drive past me to get
He's got to drive past you anyway,
Yeah.
so like we can probably make
I'll
that
buy
work.
him a burger and give him the
There.
figure then.
Jeff has to deliver it to me. There we go. But as we sit here, thank you everybody. I mean, 100 episodes of Campaign 2. That's I mean, altogether that's 200 and some episodes over 5 years, which is crazy. So we appreciate everybody that's loyal and comes by and talks to us and helps support everything that we try to do as little people out here in a big world. We'll be with you on Wednesday for our stream. It might be repo, it might be something else, but probably repo. I know, Cherry, I can't believe it's been 100 either. Like, wow. I haven't done a page count, but I'm pretty sure I'm over 100 pages in notes already.
The sub notes.
There's that's not including the secondary support document. There's 2 that I run. So
Dude, that whole Marcelin with faint Shadowspark, like, what the hell? Like, that still throws me for a loop.
that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. So yeah. Here's to 100 more. As we move forward into the Light on Sparkers campaign. So to all those out there in podcast world, thanks for listening to us. We appreciate. Oh, it's still doing the thing. That doesn't work. It's I can't turn that off till we're done. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for that. Don't forget to check out Banter Babble for all your podcast needs. Fanboy Tone, if you're still here lurking while you're watching John Cena or trying to see John Cena on the TV, do you got any videos coming out? Any Let's Set the Tones or anything like that? In 10 seconds, he'll respond to that. While he's doing that, check out Half-Ass Beer Review for the best in beer reviews. So he's had a lot going on, so there hasn't been anything presently. There's been some good stuff in the past if you missed it. You're here. Any Let's Set the Tones or World According to Tones or Outpost 93J? When are they actually going to have a show?
Outpost 93J. Yeah, buddy. I'm a big fan.
Working on content this week for Beer Fest with Half-Ass Beer Review. Awesome. That's gonna be great. Chili con cook-off. Man, if Fanboy Tone is going for a chili cook-off, rest in peace those porta potties. It's just not going to be great. So, hey, I get it, man. It's been a busy few weeks for everybody, it seems. So, well, thanks everybody. Thanks all you out in YouTube world. Yeah, I should talk. I have been talking for like 3 hours. So, thanks everybody out there. Thanks again, Harbinger Studios and Savage Crucible for the sponsoring us tonight. We'll keep you up another week at least. And until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon, everybody. Take care.
The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster, turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip, but I body like I'm playing lacrosse. Beat to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing the master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, willing to rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself. Thinking of all the ways I can top myself.